So, what is an operating system? An operating system, or OS, is a system software that manages computer hardware, software resources, and provides common services for computer programs. So, what are the basic rules of operating system? So, first, it manages the computer's resources, such as the central processing unit, memory, disk drives, and printers. Then, it also establishes a user interface and execute and provide services for applications software. So, what are the subsystem manager and their function? So, a subsystem consists of extended SVC handlers to execute user-defined system calls, or called extended SVCs. So, a brick function that performs the required processing when any exception occurs, and event handling function that performs the required processing when any event is raised from devices or and etc. So start up and clean up functions. It performs the required processing at the start or exit of task for each resource group and resource control blocks. So, what are the types of machine hardware? So, hardware refers to the physical elements of a computer. So, it also referred to as the machinery or the equipment of the computer. So, these are the types of machine hardware. First, the monitor. The second one is the motherboard. Third one, the CPU or the microprocessor. Next, main memory or RAM or random access memory. So next, expansion cards, power supply unit, optical disk drive, hard disk drive, keyboard, and mouse. So that's all the types of machine hardware. So next, types of operating system. The three most common operating systems for personal computers are Microsoft Windows. Microsoft created the Windows operating system in the middle of 1980s, and Windows comes preloaded on most new PCs, which helps to make it the most popular operating system in the world. So the second one, it is the Mac OS. So Mac OS, or previously called OS X, so is a line of operating systems created by Apple. So it comes preloaded on all Macintosh computers or Macs. So lastly, the Linux. So Linux, pronounced Lin-Ox, is a family of open source operating systems, which means they can be modified and distributed by anyone around the world. So what is a system architecture? So, a system architecture is the conceptual model that defines the structure, behavior, and more views of a system. An architecture description is a formal description and representation of a system. So, it is organized in a way that supports reasoning about the structures and behaviors of the system. So, a system architecture can consist of system components and the subsystems developed that will work together to implement the overall system. There have been efforts to formalize languages to describe system architecture. Collectively, these are called Architecture Description Languages, or EDLS. So that's it for